Church of God Mission Academy, leading you from uncertainty to confidence, to give you freedom from man's opinions by following the golden rule. The Bible always interprets the Bible. With every lesson, Cogma offers a clear path to learn for yourself, to rightly divide the Word of God. The question: are you up for the journey? Welcome to the first of 7 presentations on the Bible's timeline of the crucifixion. In this video, the sign of Jonah and the Easter timeline, I will address a common question. How does the traditional Friday to Sunday Easter timeline compare with what Jesus actually said? So let us open up our Bibles and let the Bible speak for itself. You have no doubt heard the Easter story and the timeline your whole life. Jesus was crucified on a Friday and then rose from the dead on Sunday morning. But then you read his own words when Jesus compared his crucifixion to Jonah's prophecy. And you are left with a question: a Friday crucifixion to a Sunday resurrection that just does not seem to add up to 3 days and 3 nights. If you've ever felt that little bit of confusion, that sense that something's not quite lining up, you are definitely not alone. And that feeling, believe it or not, is the perfect place to start. So, let's get right into it. The thing is, Jesus himself gave the one and only one specific measurable sign to prove he was the Messiah. This was not some vague metaphor or a suggestion. No. This was a clear, verifiable test. And understanding this one sign is the absolute key to unlocking the entire timeline of the crucifixion week. No doubt, like me, you get that uneasy feeling when things in the Bible do not seem to fit together perfectly. It can make you feel a little uncertain, can cause confusion, but I want to show you that your questions are not a problem at all. They are actually an invitation to look deeper in search of truth. Today, I am going to give you a principle for studying the Bible that will completely replace that uncertainty with real confidence. By the time we are done here, you will have the tool you need to see how beautifully the scriptures interpret themselves. So, what was this one great proof? Well, when the religious leaders came to Jesus and demanded a sign, he gave them what we now call the sign of Jonah. And that was it. Not his incredible miracles, not his life-changing teaching, but a very specific, measurable event that could only be checked after he was dead. Let me read it from Matthew chapter 12, verse 40. Listen to how precise this is. Jesus leaves no room for guesswork. He sets a clear condition: 3 days and 3 nights. He is making a direct one-to-one comparison with the prophet Jonah. This is not a casual remark. Jesus was laying the foundation for the only proof he offered them. I want this to really sink in. The ultimate proof he offered was not his power to heal the sick or to calm a raging sea. It was not even his profound wisdom in his parables. The single sign he gave to that generation was a specific duration of time. He was literally staking his entire claim to being the Messiah on being in the tomb for a full 72 hours. And this brings up a great question, right? Why Jonah? Out of all the prophets, why point back to this specific story? It is because God had already set up a prophetic pattern in the scriptures hundreds of years earlier. See, Jesus was not introducing some brand new idea. He was showing them how his own life was the perfect fulfillment of what God had already written down. He was telling them, go look at the evidence you already have. Just look at this pattern. It is a perfect parallel. Jonah goes into the belly of the fish. It was like a living tomb, a type of death. Jesus goes into the heart of the earth. Jonah stays there for that exact duration, 3 full days and nights. Jesus prophesied he would do the very same thing. And just as Jonah came out alive, Jesus would come out alive. The story in the Old Testament was a deliberate shadow pointing right to the reality in the New Testament. So this leads to a really crucial question. How precise did this sign have to be? I mean, did he just mean around 3 days, or was the exact wording important? Well, think about it. If you are offering a sign that is meant to be a verifiable proof, precision is everything. Just think about the other phrases he could have used to give himself some wiggle room. He could have said about 3 days or maybe 4 parts of 3 days. But Jesus did not. He chose the most specific phrase possible, 3 days and 3 nights. That kind of intentional language removes all doubt. He was setting a standard that had to be met absolutely perfectly. So here is the bottom line. The entire sign, the very proof of Jesus' identity stands, or it falls on its exact fulfillment. It was a prophecy designed from the beginning to be examined and to be scrutinized. If that timeline did not match his words perfectly, then by his own standard, the sign failed. And this right here, this exacting truth, is the principle I promised you. This is the profound reality that changes everything. God does not ask for blind faith. He invites you. He wants you to examine the proof. He gave us prophecy first, and then the fulfillment later so that we could test it for ourselves. The sign of Jonah is God's own system of verification for Jesus Christ, and it was designed for you to investigate and confirm as it authenticates Jesus Christ. So what does this mean for you? It means that feeling of uncertainty. You might have had that uneasy question about the timeline. It is not a weakness. It is actually your strength. It is an invitation from God to look closer and examine the evidence. It is the starting point for building a faith that does not rest on tradition, but on the solid ground of evidence that you have examined for yourself. Your question is exactly where the journey to real confident understanding begins. So let's quickly recap what we have covered. First, Jesus gave one specific measurable sign of his identity, 3 full days and 3 full nights in the heart of the earth. Second, we saw this sign wasn't random. It was the direct fulfillment of the prophetic pattern of Jonah. And maybe most important of all, God invites you to examine this proof because your belief is to be built on a foundation of truth you can verify. So here is your challenge. I want you to take this principle and use it today. The next time you are reading, find just one verse that seems a little unclear or confusing, and instead of just glossing over it, I want you to stop and ask one simple question. What other scriptures might explain this to me? This is how you start letting the Bible interpret the Bible. This is how you build unshakable confidence. So now we have established the sign. We have the non-negotiable standard, 3 days and 3 nights, which now brings us right back to our original problem. How in the world does that fit into the traditional timeline of the crucifixion week? Well, next time we get together, we are going to tackle that tradition head on and see what the Bible actually reveals about how it all unfolded. Trust me, you are not going to want to miss it. Till next time, God bless you. Thanks for watching the video presentation. If it has been a blessing to you, consider subscribing and giving a thumbs up. Remember, you're not on this journey alone. The Cogma team is ready to help and answer any questions you may have. May God bless you and look forward to seeing you in the next video presentation.